All right. I am here with our tiebreaker, Eric Barth. Hey, Eric, how are you?
I am fantastic.
That's good. So, Eric is with Keller Williams in Northern Kentucky. And, Eric, you know how this works. You're an avid listener, right?
I what was that again? No, yeah,
Yes,
yes, I am. Yes, I'm an avid listener. Yes.
and a jokester. All right.
Yeah.
So, here's your tiebreaker. Should the seller be able to accept an offer and still keep the house in an active status? What do you say?
I'm going to say yes, you can, but it needs to be, in my opinion, in writing
Okay.
as countered back.
Okay.
And I think that the seller needs to know what all of the options are, and that one could possibly be something that's in their best interest. And my thought process, instead of having a track meet running through the house with like some of these properties, maybe say that in writing, we're going to keep this house on the market until we're beyond that uh, the whole house inspection contingency, and we're just going to show the property. Let's just say I'm throwing out a time frame here as an example, between noon and 3 for the next 10 days is our
I
only
like
times for
that.
showings.
So you're
Yeah.
saying yes with permission, but
Mhm.
then like potentially shortening up the time frame. So what do you think though about, okay, so you that happens. You're the buyer's agent. You don't know that it's active. All you do is see that I can only see it from 12 until 3
Mhm. Well, if I'm the buyer's agent, I'm going to call that listing agent and go, "Hey, what's going on with
with
this
the
thing?
house. Yeah.
Yeah, what's going on?" But there'd be reasons why folks would only have properties open between on a certain time frame, and I mean,
Yeah.
if there
But
was
would
a.
you still show it? So you make the call. I
Mhm.
agree. I think the shortened time period usually solicits a call, right? So you make the call and the listing agent tells you, hey, look, we accepted a contract, but they're agreeing to keep it active until they're through their due diligence. Do you still show it?
I'm going to articulate this to my buyer. My preference would be not to go out there and show this thing because it
Right.
could be a waste of time for everyone. But um, if it's something though that my buyer, if we come back and communicate, look, if we go out and check out the house, we're going to waive an inspection. So if something goes sideways on a home inspection for whatever reason, it could be anything, and that seller decides that hey, we're going to say no to everything that this current person has, because you know how it goes now. A lot
Yeah.
of times people are being pressured into or they feel pressured and they're paying a premium for a house and they're almost renegotiating on these home inspections.
Right.
And you know uh, I would communicate that with them and just let them know exactly what's going on uh,
Yeah.
with that. But I would, and but then again, I say that with a caveat that it depends on what buyer it is.
Yeah.
Um, if I have somebody that they're going to be buying at the very top end of what they can afford, I'm not going to recommend that they make a lot of concessions for. I'm seeing, crazy stuff now, even with people waiving appraisal contingencies on properties, or even capping off things with appraisals, waiving home inspections. That's not a. Those are options, but they're not going to be something I recommend to certain people,
Yeah.
for sure. And I mean, I think you throw out everything of what possibilities can be, but I just wrote a backup offer on a property about 2 weeks ago, and
Mhm.
my folks have since gone on, written, and got something else accepted, and we're beyond that. But it was a backup offer, so it is something that I did. But we had been through the home already, and we just
Okay.
lost out on multiple offers. My
Yeah.
people.
I guess the reason for this question was more like, okay, so the rule is that once you go under contract, you go into pending, but there's like so many ways that the buyer can get out of the contract. Is that really fair for the seller? And if they do keep it active, if everybody agrees, is anybody even going to show it? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but like I said, I'd be very wary myself to go show it.
Uh-huh.
And it would, like I said, it just depends on what folks. But I think that might be something to leave open. I just had something go live today. It's going to be crazy going into that house, just where it's located. And I don't maybe that's something we leave open to my sellers. It'd be something I just recommend, or not recommend, but throw out on the table to see what they
Yeah.
think as
Well,
another
they're gonna
option.
want to keep it active, but then what happens? Okay, let's say they keep it active and a higher offer comes in and they're gonna
Yeah.
want to take it.
Well, they will want to take it, I'm sure. But that being said, that isn't always the case, because I just literally I had one where this was within the last couple of weeks, and we had like 40 something showings. But we had said, we're, say we listed on a Thursday, we're going to look at offers on Sunday at noon, and
Mhm.
then we can accept an offer at any given time.
Right.
Well, my lady decided on Friday night, after people had been running through her house all, Thursday evening and all day Friday, that she would just like to wrap this thing up, because we had
Yep.
several offers, and she didn't want anybody else coming through the house. And so
Yeah, I don't
literally
blame
she
her.
wanted
You
to
have a
be,
bunch of offers. There's
yeah,
diminishing returns after a
yeah,
certain number of offers. And that was because me and Monica thought about that in a different podcast of like, should you leave it open for, this was before all this craziness was going on, but should you leave it open for a couple of days, or should you take off, like look at offers as they come in? And
yeah,
yeah, I agree. At 7 offers, I mean, they're basically, and most of them are about the same.
pretty much the same. Yeah. But that house I just used as an example, there was literally, and the price point wasn't, it was just in the mid twos, but the difference between one offer to the next, which absolutely shocked me. I had somebody trying to low bid on something that was having multiple offers, which was just absolutely, it was like 20 grand less than the list price. And
Why?
right, I'm like, why would you even waste your time of writing this thing, um,
Could they close
but
quick?
no, they didn't have anything
No.
special to offer. No, I think he was just trying to throw it into the wind there and see if something stuck. I think and also when he wrote, he called, this guy called me, he says, hey, I've been working with these guys for a long time. And I'm thinking, well, now
No
I see
kidding.
why.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of like, I think it's, the question came up because it's something that I'd like to think about like as a group, and
Mhm.
really come up with what's a more equitable solution. Because now when we put it pending, if it comes back on, it has a stigma. And you know what I mean? So
Yeah. Because my phone will blow up, because it's happened. I mean, more frequently than not, than years past, obviously, with listings. And then literally my entire day the next day is just blowing up with like, hey, what was wrong with that place? Or my
exactly,
phone, my
that's
email, everything. What
right,
was wrong with that
everything.
place?
And it's
And
like nothing's
it,
wrong.
nothing's wrong with it. I tell people, I said, you know what? And this is my common response. I said,
Uh-huh.
opportunities don't go away. They just go to the next guy. And
Yeah.
so it depends on how you're going to metabolize what was in an inspection, or what, who knows, maybe they saw something else pop up on the market they like better.
Right.
There's a whole slew of things why
A million
people
things.
do what they
Yeah.
do. Yeah.
No, you're right. Well, you bring up some good points, and I really appreciate you being on, Eric. If people have a referral in Northern Kentucky for you, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
You can reach me on my cell phone or via email. I also have a website. My website is ericjbarth.com. My email is eric@ericjbarth.com. And you can reach me at 859-912-2104. So yeah, love to be able to help anybody out here in Northern Kentucky.
Well, we have to know, what's the J stand for?
Joseph.
Oh, I thought it was going to be like, something more exciting.
Yeah, no, nothing too exciting. Yeah, I've always used that for whatever reason when I was in high school. It's been a long time ago. Would always identify myself as Eric J. Barth. I don't know why, so that's how
Well, I
I
think like, I mean, Kentucky's the South, and that's how Southerners do it,
yeah,
Ella Louise, Mary Lynn, Eric J. Like
that's
that's
right.
just how it is.
Yeah, yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks again for being on. Appreciate it.
Hey, appreciate you guys get a ton of great information out of your podcast. So keep it up.
I'm glad you like it. See ya.
See ya.